Hi, hello, and welcome to the Daily Tarot Buffet brought to you by Vertex of Abundance. My name is Priestess Abossi. I'll be your oracle today, and I was sent to deliberate the findings for the transiting moon in Capricorn, which for most places in the world will be between the 19th and the 21st of July, 2024. If you're new, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. Vertex of Abundance is a galactic temple of ascension, delivering sacred messages from behind the veil. Let's go ahead and begin. So I already have the cards here. We'll still pull oracles and stuff like that. So what I'm getting so far, oh, when the moon is transiting through the sign of Capricorn and the sun is in the sign of Cancer, it's actually a full moon event. So that's the seventh house event. It's always the seventh house event when there's a full moon, especially for the daily tarot buffet. So there's going to be some illumination and enumeration around, like, open enemies or direct opposition, whether it's mirroring or actually confronting, opposing, adversarial energy. It can be open enemies. It can also be precursors to battle. It can also talk about things that are like blocked or that need to be overcome, encountered, or that are standing in opposition, perhaps maybe even over rule, restriction, regulation, authority. I'm getting that we're going to know what this counterbalance is, what this countermeasure was, what was kind of blocking us, I'm feeling. And it was mostly our abundance, our inheritance, spiritual inheritance, something of that nature. Something's coming undone because we have the Ten of Pentacles here with the Justice card. So the conditions are actually almost right for us to start seeing our spiritual inheritance trickle in. Five of Pentacles with the Four of Swords. So we've been stuck a little bit having to make changes because there was something, maybe a thought, maybe an intention. It was expanding but difficult. There might have been some terms and conditions on how we navigate, negotiate, remain present, and participate in certain things and situations. Regina Denari, Queen of Pentacles here. Kabbalah Disparity, the Prince of Swords. It's telling me that now there's something to either move quickly or to seize upon. We're driving life forward according to intellect, reasoning, communication. So we're going to have the know-how, the knowledge, the intellect. We're going to have to be able to see things, give name to things, even discern or interpret or navigate certain things, because we have strength, courage, and wisdom. So we've overcome something. I'm getting that it was a spiritual sickness. We were in a difficult cycle, a cycle of lack. So that's the thing. Unless you've been sequestered, you won't know what it is to be discerning in a group. Unless you've been a big fish in a small pond, you won't really know your worth. So there was some kind of cycle of lack that needed to get worked through so that we had a little bit of experience under the belt, kind of like an antimatter, a counterbalance, or, if you want to live in joy all the time, you need to experience a few days of sorrow. If you want to live in happiness all the time, you need to experience a few days of disappointment, kind of deal. So we're finally moving towards our future. Star card with the Prince of Swords. It can be that there's an Aquarius rising, Mars in Aquarius. There's some kind of maturation here. So we're leaving this swamp, we're leaving behind some energies. We're detaching all the same. And it's about time with this Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune and the Star card is soul restoration. It's a path being restored, destiny being restored. With the Tower card, there can be some luck and unluck. So the things that were difficult for a while or for a long, prolonged time, we might understand why now, and it might begin to pay off. There might have been some kind of intention to make things difficult for us, to break our heart, to bring sadness, sorrow in some kind of way. But this was designed to like confuse or make us abandon something. We stood our ground with the Nine of Swords. We have a lot of spiritual strength with the Strength card and the Tower card. That's courage, strength, wisdom, spiritual strength with the Nine of Swords. And then this Queen of Swords here with the Nine of Wands and the Queen of Swords here. There's an energy of thinking that we would leave if there was harshness and something was taken away from us, that we would second guess ourselves or not believe in ourselves, abandon ship, abandon ourselves, abandon projects. So we're on to something that's going to bring us wealth and abundance. 10 of Pentacles with the Hermit and the Hermit and the Nine of the we have a lot of nine energy here, so something's completing, culminating, even because there's a 10 out with this Wheel of Fortune. So we're having completions and culminations. I'm also getting that there's material wealth and abundance here, especially on a spiritual level, anchoring coming into the physical with the Hermit and the Sun card. So, you know, I was saying like we're getting seventh house energy. So, first of all, it's a full moon. So there's going to be illuminations, elucidations as to where there's been strongholds, principalities, where there's been bottlenecks, where kind of power has been collected or held, or where people are exercising authority over us, or where they just have authority, period, or we might need to yield or heed or kind of bend to other people's will a little bit. You know, on the 20th, we're going to have Mars moving into Gemini. So Mars, for this little small section of time, is going to be in the 12th house. So there's going to be some movement going on behind the scenes, really behind our heads. Some things are going to be intervened on our behalf. I don't know what's in Sagittarius right now. Or Scorpio. But if Mars is moving into Gemini, it also would rule the 10th house just for a couple of days because we're almost out of the sign of Cancer. So there can be some things about our reputation, things going on in the world stage, things going on about how we're judged or what. The 10th house is also like how things look from the outside in. So kind of like, you know, what our house looks like from the street, or like, you know, people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. Well, there are also people in the street looking into our glass house from the street on the outside. They're on the outside looking into our glass house. That's the 10th house. On the 21st, the moon is actually going to be full in Capricorn. So we're having a 12th house and a 7th house event for the cycle. So this is things going on maybe right in front of our eyes, but behind our back a little bit, or things going on in front of us that we don't understand the motives of. There's also been some enemy or opposition or adversary that is being taken care of without our full knowledge, maybe out our knowledge at all. And we're coming out of some kind of place holding management. We were handled in some kind of way spiritually, honestly. And it would normally offend me, but the 12th house can be the ancestors. So I feel like our ancestors intervened in holding and shielding our spiritual inheritance because we were in an environment surrounding location, maybe even around people, places, and things which were problematic, troublesome. We weren't going to be able to retain that blessing from the divine without intervention from our our ancestors or from the higher realms. Yeah, so the 12th house, if Mars is moving to the 12th house, blind because you're awkward, unknown, and vision problems. So just like I was saying, the 12th house is what's going on behind your head. You can't really see, you don't always know or discern. Because there was this intention to knock us over, bowl us over, knock us down, tear us up, tear us apart. And the energy just it got to its pinnacle. It had to return, and we are getting good news. And it's the ancestors. They really want us to know that they got our back, or that we have some kind of favor, or that they're taking care of things on our behalf, something of that nature. Pardon me a second. I've been reminded to file this nail. I haven't, and now it's trying to chip off. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna lose this nail. How unfortunate. I haven't. Go ahead and file that right quickly. I'm sorry to do this on camera. It clearly wasn't a priority because it's been back to back to back. I haven't had high management. I've been feeling very disorganized. Everything is just coming at me too fast. And the consequence was a nail. I had to sacrifice that nail. Okay, so um, I just want to reiterate. We were saying 12th house, okay, and that's the things going on behind the scenes, literally behind your back. And then look, we have this blindness here behind our back. And then look, we have this blindness here. Okay. So what, back to the middle, back to the beginning. Yeah, so we're calm, peace, tranquility is finally coming. We were stuck in a kind of place, not understanding what was going on. We kept withdrawing from the situation or trying to quit, or maybe we're having to quit in order to gain something. So we might also have been blocking because we weren't asking for help, or weren't making the right kinds of changes. Perhaps the universe was coming into our environment surrounding location to make some kind of change. Could we have that natural disaster card? And the tower is out here with the sun. So that's a difficult solution finally coming, meaning we were mired down in some kind of crisis. And even when the solution came, the solution wasn't particularly easy, but it did abate the situation. With the hermit, it might have either took a long time to come. We might have had to be kind of sequestered in isolation to come. It might have taken us maturing in order to come. With the Queen of Swords hermit, it was kind of harsh, austere. It might have even been painful. I'm getting that we really needed to kind of get thrown in the blender, thrown in the dryer machine, kind of tossed around, knocked around a little bit, maybe popped upside the head by the universe. We also have the left eye and the right eye of Shiva here with the universe, el mundo, el torre, l'ermitia, el sole. We have all of the eyes looking within, hermit, the eye of universal consciousness, the sun, the left eye of Shiva, Tower, the right eye of Shiva, the World card. So we have the whole everything here. But with the Five of Pentacles, it meant like, listen, we needed to kind of get torn down. Or see, the Five of Pentacles doesn't always mean, stuck on stupid or, cast out, left out in the cold. It can mean just kind of almost like a forced change. The forced change really is the Death card, but Five of Pentacles is having to make changes, or things are not going to grow, or things are going to get worse. But it's almost voluntary. Like you can avoid those changes, and then things will just decay, wither on the vine. Even we had to kind of rise up, have some strength. I feel like we had to have a self-imposed sacrifice. Because this whole time I'm saying Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles is here, but this card that I'm referencing is the Seven of Pentacles. So it's interesting. There were seeds being planted in an agenda that was being implemented or worked on or prepared for. It required us to have emotional fortitude because there was some strength, courage, and wisdom needed, perhaps because of the covenant or the calling on our life. And we weren't putting the energy into the place where we needed to put that energy, so things weren't growing. They were becoming barren. It was almost like we had this fertile field, fertile soil that looked or appeared on the surface to be barren, but it was just a tweak or a shift or change in how we were tending to that soil, not even tending the soil, tending to the soil, tending to the fertile ground, tending to the environment surrounding location. It was how we were going about things, not what we were going about, that was creating some challenges. Now, we withdrew in some kind of way. With the Eight of Cups, and things got better almost immediately. Because there was some kind of thinking here that needed to be adjusted. And we needed to have the emotional fortitude to really be about the thing that made us a golden goose. We might have been investing somewhere that we didn't need to out of worry, out of fear. And it all comes to heed. Yeah, I'm getting several facets of the same story. So we were making investments in the wrong places, or we're making the wrong kinds of investments, and the universe was letting things go slow so that we would recognize, right? And when we finally got the message, the universe was like, okay, baby, now I can make things a little bit easier for you. It's going to be prickly just for a moment while you understand what you did, but it wasn't your fault because you didn't know better. You're now doing better. And also, by the way, when you have a little at your heartstrings, at your inside door, listen. Also known as listen to your intuition, sweetie, honey, darling, John. That's what the universe is kind of saying. There's something very precious around the corner, and it's almost like we have a dream, a hope, a wish. It's almost akin to a fantasy, but if we make the right types of investment, it's actually we can turn into reality. We have the Ten of Pentacles here with the World card, so everything is in our hands. All I need to see is the Two of Wands. Yeah, and then there we go. Dinari Messagio. So wealth is on the way, abundance is on the way, or just fruits, blessings, manifestation of material blessings. Dinari Messagio here. So it's wealth or a gift, or it's not preciose. It's dinari, which it's a stronghold. So we have some kind of, because with the Queen of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, that's a golden goose. So there, you see how that's a vault? So we're going to be told now about the thing we should be working on, and we're going to have to keep working at it, because we were waiting for a long time for our ships to come in. So Spiri Legeretta, with this Desperato, we were kind of desperate, or, Giavale Panchula, we didn't want to give up unto ourselves. We didn't want to lose some type of autonomy, or we needed to protect some type of autonomy, and we were about ready to give it up because of a desperation. And it's sober advice with the sacerdote. It's the King of Swords. It's sober advice. However, it's very helpful. It's a somber, sober, strict, severe, stern. It's not particularly happy advice or happy occasion or happy solution. It's like, okay, now I know what to do, but oh crap, I'm going to have to do this thing. And it's not going to be easy, or it's not going to be pleasant. I'm not going to like it. We all have to pay our taxes, but we don't always want to. Or we all have to go to work. We don't always want to sit in traffic and go listen to some boss tell us what to do when we're clearly smarter than him and shouldn't be running that business. Things like that. But it's a union with the divine all the same. It's now in our hand when before it was kind of in the ether. I'm hearing that Carrie Underwood song, Jesus Take the Wheel. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Save me from this road I'm on. Yeah, okay. Hidden wealth and abundance. Oyster, hidden wealth and abundance. Oh my gosh, we just needed to get to the right vibration. We were planting seeds probably in the wrong place because we were probably reacting and not being proactive. But there were messages we were refusing to see, and we were kind of flitting around, attracted to sparkly things. It was kind of like, like a serial job hunter. It was kind of like we're flitting from one little flame, flitting from one little flower, jumping from one little lily pad. We weren't staying in the right spot long enough for the right thing to come through. So when you spend so much time, energy, effort, and attention chasing after what you think is you want, you don't leave no time, no room, no energy, no space for the thing that is for you to catch up to you. Okay, so Moth came twice here with Fox. We are uniquely qualified to do and to put out some kind of light. And also, when we get to the right type of vibration, what's for us will not pass us by, but we were passing ourselves by. Yeah, we were being kind of cruel to ourselves, but the universe had to be kind of a little bit mean, because we were sitting on a treasure house here, immense, immense, immense power. It wouldn't look like that up front. But when the moment's right, it was going to strike. So it's been an honor and a pleasure to serve. Thank you for allowing me the privilege to do so. If anything I said resonates deeply with you, go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, leave a review, book a session, send a donation. Again, we're where you have other viewing options. So thank you for making us one of yours. Until we meet again, namaste, Dandaba, and Ashe. Das vidanya, sayonara, auf Wiedersehen. Ciao, arrivederci, adios.